And good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Alumni Stadium on the campus of Perry High School. It is time for the WKYC High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Dave DiNatale. Good to see everybody tonight, and it's a beautiful night here in week number 7 for high school football, as tonight a CVC matchup, and it promises to be a lot of fun. The Kirtland Hornets, the 3-time defending state champions, will take on the Pirates from Perry High School. This is, we talk about matchups that are a long time in coming, and you say, boy, it's nice to have these two teams back playing each other. It has been 20 years since the Pirates and Hornets have done battle, and it's amazing. It's just two teams schools are separated just a few miles down the road from each other along Route 2, but it's been because of conferences and divisions. It's been a long time since these two teams have met each other, and they are tonight. Matter of fact, it's homecoming night here at Perry, and a lot of us were talking about that. It's like, boy, you schedule for homecoming your opponent, Kirtland. I mean, that's brave, but that's the way Perry wants it. They're excited about this matchup. You know, this is the game where something has to give. Kirtland, as we said, when you're the defending state champions 3 times over, that means you've won a lot of games. How many games? Kirtland comes in tonight carrying a 46-game winning streak. That is the 4th longest in the country. That's Ohio's longest active streak. It's the 5th longest in the history of Ohio high school football. I mean, they have not lost a game since the 2017 state championship. They lost to Maria Stein Marion Local that day down in Canton. They haven't lost a regular season game going back to October 21st, 2016, when they were shut out by Cuyahoga Heights. That's how long it's been for the Hornets and Tiger Laverty. Now, Tiger Laverty said this week, that's fine and great. Talk to our friend John Camp from the News Herald. Look, you know, that's wonderful. That's great. You know, all the statistics are beautiful to look at. But these guys, that's from the past. These guys are trying to carve out their own history. And that's the point of tonight, is to take another chapter, another step towards another state championship in Division 5. Now, standing in their way will be the Pirates. First-year head coach Bob Gesowich. They are 4-1 coming into tonight's game. Their lone loss was a defeat in Week 2 to Kenston. Now, if you were with us last week, Kenston had a rough go as they were shut out on the road at Chardon. 2 things to put on that as caveats. Number 1, Chardon's really good. Number 2, Kenston on that night in Week 2 had their starting quarterback, Nico Giorgio, had their starting tight end, who's on his way to Indiana University, and Ryan Miller, healthy and playing well at a high level. It was a lot different than what we saw last week. So just kind of put a little pin on that when you're trying to consider, okay, you know, matchup versus matchup and things like that. Other than that, Perry has been unblemished this year. They have played very well. They are riding a 36-game CVC winning streak. And the Pirates haven't lost in a CVC game going back to 2015. So, as they say, something's got to give here tonight. Either the CVC streak is going by the wayside for the Pirates, or a whole lot of streaks are going to come to an end for Kirtland. We'll wait and see. As far as profiling the two teams and the two coaches, let's look at Kirtland first. Their coach is Tiger Laverty, who is done nothing short of Hall of Fame work as the head coach of Kirtland. This is his 19th year overall as a head coach, 16th at Kirtland. With the Hornets, Laverty, 190 wins and 17 losses. Overall, 210 wins and 29 losses. Got that 200th win last year. And under his leadership, Kirtland has won state championships in 2011, 2013, 2015. This is like a broken record. 2018, 2019, and 2020. We had a chance to call a couple of those championships in 2018 and 2019. For the Pirates, Matt Rosati, their longtime head coach, retired at the end of the year, had a great run with the Pirates, but he stepped aside. Bob Gesowich, the former head coach at Dublin Jerome High School, now the head coach here at Perry. And, Gesowich had some good success down at Jerome. He was 39-23 as a head coach down there, and that always tough Central Ohio region. And now, he's up here in Lake County, and so far so good with this year's version of the Pirates. Gesowich 43-24 in 7 overall years as a head coach. But now you look at it here. We really, if you think about it, we're entering the stretch run. I mean, after tonight, we go to week 8, 3 more weeks to go. Tiger Laverty said it this week when he was talking about Perry, saying, look, not to diminish anybody else on our schedule. You have a long winning streak, you certainly could, you'd have the right to. But he said, look, I think Perry is the best team that we're going to play on our schedule all year long. You throw in the fact that, there's been a 20-year gap between when these two teams last played, and you've got streaks aplenty on the line, and coaches will tell you, well, none of that matters. It's, once you kick off, you just go at it. But, there's a lot of pride there, and neither team wants to see their impressive roll call of streaks come to an end here tonight. But it is a fantastic evening. I mean, for the first night of the month of October, 7th week of the season, and at least right now we're looking at temperatures still hovering around 70. It's supposed to get down to about 60. Actually, it's gone down a little bit since the sun went down, about 66. But the weather tonight is going to be beautiful, and we've said it, knock on wood. Mother Nature has been very, very kind to us. So when you get a chance, tip your 3 News meteorologists. Betsy Kling, Matt Wins, Holly Strano. Jason would appreciate it. I mean, we all appreciate it, They've done a great job. But the weather has been cooperative, and it's made for some fun football. And we anticipate a fun one here tonight at Alumni Stadium in Perry. And it appears the sun was still in my eye when the two teams were at the 50-yard line earlier for the coin toss. I can't tell you who won the toss, but I can tell you Perry is going to kick off to Kirtland. That means we'll see Ramon Lascano and a very potent Kirtland offense on the field first. The Hornets are averaging just a shade under 42 points per game coming into tonight. Now, Perry, by the way, defensively averaging 8 points allowed per contest. Another one of those something's got to give between these two teams. Calvin Rowan will tee it up here for the Perry Pirates. I used to think, well, maybe not be Rowan. Now that I look over there, they may have a different person handling the kickoff duties. But I see Gage Sullivan back deep to receive, but it's a squib kick, and the Hornets pick it up at the 32-yard line. Gino Blasini picked it up, wanted to run with it, still running with it, crosses the 35, and we've got a flag down as Blasini goes down at the 38-yard line. And I'm wondering if there was just a little too much extra contact. There was a big scrum of players as Blasini recovered it. Face mask is the call against Perry. Well, you understand the point of a squib kick on this field turf. You're trying to see if you can, find a dip or a valley and get yourself in a position where you can maybe make an onside recovery. But instead, you get the face mask, and this is going to be of the 15-yard personal foul variety. So the Hornets will start their first play from scrimmage at the Perry 46-yard line. Not a promising start if you're trying to shut down this offense. Lascano ready out of the wing tee. 1st and 10, Hornets pitch out, and they'll fake the reverse, and Mason Russ will swing it around to the right side, crosses the 45, and got knocked out of bounds at about the 43-yard line as safety Brock Savan came over to make the hit. Be about a gain of, they're going to mark it at the 41, so it's a gain of 5. Russ is tough to bring down. So Give Savon credit for the tackle, but it's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Hornets. Mason Russ and Tommy Gogolin are the running backs. Gage Sullivan, Adam Kanak are the tight ends. Pierce Boyd on the slot. And they will go to Russ again, and Mason will get a first down as he'll take it inside the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. Mason Russ, one of the guys, along with Gage Sullivan, that has been a key contributor for the Hornets for the last 2 or 3 years, not just as seniors. He is averaging just under 11 yards per carry, 67 carries coming into tonight, 714 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's already got 2 carries here tonight for about 12 yards. As Lascano on the read option, able to take it away from Russ, runs left side to the 30, to the 25, and finally run out of bounds by safety Javin Richards at the 23-yard line. It's the read option out of that wing T, and once Lascano, everybody was keying on Mason Russ, and Lascano was able to pull the ball back out and get huge yardage at the 23. They'll go in a triple stack, and again out of that read option, this time Russ will get the handoff and go nowhere. Well read by the Perry defense. Offensive line for the Hornets, Jonathan Withrow at left tackle, George Prusak at left guard, Mason Vermillion at center, Brennan Bro at right guard, Joe Picard at right tackle. Perry operates in a 4-2-5, although you'll adjust that quite a bit tonight against this wing T. Move a lot of those safeties up and essentially make them linebackers. Gain for Russ, 1, 2nd down and 9. Lascano back to Mason, runs left side. He's got room to the 15. He'll take it down to the 10-yard line. It will be first, if it's at the 10, it'll be 1st and goal for the Hornets. Following behind Withrow and Prusak on that left side. They cleared out a lane for him to run around left end. And it will be 1st and goal Hornets at the 10. 9:45 to go in this opening quarter. No score. But on a short field, Kirtland threatening. Lascano again under center. Pitch out. Here's Mason Russ again, left side to the 5. He'll go near the goal line and got brought down just shy of it near the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. Jaden Anderson and Logan Cassiano are the defensive ends. A.J. Kaifas and Jacob Marjack are the defensive tackles. 2nd and goal. Lascano going to keep it. He'll go behind center. He'll take it across the goal line. And where's the indication, guys? There it is. Touchdown, Kirtland Hornets. Ramon Lascano will get his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. 2 yards out. And that will put Kirtland on top, 6-0. That was a 46-yard touchdown drive for the Hornets. And a big dose of Mason Russ, capped off by a little bit from Ramon Lascano for the touchdown. Johnny Raguse for the extra point. It is up. And Raguse puts it through. He's now 20 of 24 on PATs this season. 9:06 to play here in the opening quarter. Kirtland, on the strength of a Lascano touchdown, lead at 7-0. And that penalty, that face mask penalty, absolutely critical to start that game. On the again, it was just an attempted squib kick, and that penalty, 15 yards, gave Kirtland a short field to start the game from. You can't do that against the Hornets. And Kirtland really found themselves able to run it along the left side and along left end towards the sideline, and had a lot of success there. So we'll see how Perry responds. As Javin Richards and Jaden Hacking are back deep to receive for the Pirates. Kirtland marched down so quickly, 2 minutes and 54 seconds on that touchdown drive. It didn't even get a chance to get you Perry's defense. So we'll get our first look here coming up of sophomore quarterback Braden Richards and the Pirate offense here. As Raguse will approach the football and get the kick away. Another squib kick. One of the up men for the Pirates has it. It's Anderson at the 30. He'll get to the 40 and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. I don't know if you want to kick it to Jaden Anderson. He is a load, and he's got speed. Anderson, 6'2", 210 pounds. And he doesn't start at running back, but they'll use him in certain situations, and he is a tough young man to bring down. So the Pirates start in good field position from their own 45. Braden Richards, sophomore quarterback. We didn't get a chance to see him play last year when we were here when Perry took on Riverside. He was suffering from an injury, and I just remember everybody here at Perry raving about this freshman quarterback who's got a ton of skills. And now he's healthy, and he's got this Pirate offense going very well here through the first 5 games. Shotgun here, Richards. He'll send his man in motion and go on a jet sweep. Here comes Richards. And Javin Richards, not Braden Richards, Javin Richards will take it along the right side for a couple. They'll knock him out of bounds at the 48-yard line for a gain of 3. So make sure I specify Braden Richards, the sophomore, and Javin Richards, the senior. 2nd down and 7. Aiden Leftlock is the starting running back. Jaden Hacking, Javin Richards, and Brock Savan are the wide receivers. Logan Casciano is the tight end. As Leftlock will go to the right of Braden Richards on 2nd down and 7 from the Perry 48. Off the shotgun, Richards, quick drop, throws left side. Richards has it on the catch, breaks the tackle at the 30, down the left sideline to the 20, and finally knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Javin Richards with a big gainer on a quick hitch left. Will Sale made a touchdown-saving tackle, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the Kirtland 15. Perry coming into tonight averaging 34 points per game with a pretty balanced offense. 173 on the ground, 136 through the air. Braden Richards with Javin out wide left, 3 receivers right. At the 15, high snap. Richards pulls it down. Braden will run it straight ahead and then get knocked down by Scott Hamer at about the 12-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down there. Interesting note from Tyler Carey, not too far from where we're at tonight. National televised game. We mentioned it Wednesday on the show. Menor is hosting Medina, and Cardinal quarterback Jacob Snow is back under center tonight for Menor. That changes things dramatically. 2nd and 7 for the Pirates at the Kirtland 12. Richards sends Savan in motion. High snap. Braden pulls it down, wants to run. Runs right side, finds a hole inside the 10, and it'll be brought down just shy of the 5-yard line. Going to be very close to a Pirate 1st down. They needed to get inside the 6 for that 1st down, and where the officials are marking it, they're going to say Braden was a yard short of the 1st down. Zach Petritis will check out, and we'll see Casciano and Leftlock in on a short yardage situation. Under 6:30 to go here in this first quarter. Kirtland 7, Perry nothing, but the Pirates marching now at the Kirtland 6. Leftlock to the left, a quarterback, Braden Richards. 2 receivers left side. They'll go double tight. Long count for Richards, man in motion left. Braden will keep it. He'll run to his left. He's in all kinds of trouble and will get swarmed under back at the 9-yard line. Yeah, it just kind of took a little too long to develop, and by the time they had anything going, Dave and Patel from his defensive end spot for the Hornets shut that play down. It's going to be 4th down. They're going to mark it just inside the 11. So now it's going to be about a 4th. We'll call it about a good 5 yards here. And Bob Gesowich is going for it, saying, hey, listen, I need touchdowns, not field goals to beat these guys. Richards to the shotgun, trips right, 1 receiver left, that's Javin Richards. Leftlock to his right. Shotgun for Braden Richards. Looks, throws, and it's incomplete. Trying to throw to Petritis on the outside right. Even if Zach makes that catch, I don't know if he turns up to get the 1st down. So Perry will turn it over on downs after getting that big pass play from Richards to Richards, and Kirtland will take over right around their own 10-yard line. Well, there'll be second guessing going on, but I understand exactly what Bob Gesowich is thinking there. Look, I got to stick with this team. I've got to find a way to make touchdowns. All right, so here comes Kirtland on first down. They'll go to the ground game on a pitch out to the right, out to the 16-yard line. I think that was Tommy Gogolin on the carry. It was. So Gogolin will pick up about 6. As we're under 5 minutes to go, opening quarter, 7-0 Kirtland. Jared Allen and Owen McCoon, by the way, are the linebackers for Perry. And you've got Caldwell, Zagrebnik, Savon Richards, and that's Javin Richards, and Brian Cox in the secondary. 2nd and 4. And out of that wing tee, they'll go inside to Mason Russ. And this time, the Pirates do a good job on that right side of stopping him. Very little running room there. Maybe eked out a yard. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. And a big, big, big play here for Perry's defense. Because you've got field position. You've got to find a way to get Kirtland off the field here and take advantage of it since you couldn't score. Ramon Lascano will go under center on 3rd and 3. He'll keep it, try to push the pile ahead. And the Pirates do a great job of pushing it right back. Well short of the first down. It's going to be a 4th down. And Gage Sullivan's going to have to punt it away for the Hornets. Nice surge. Tyler Croyle, the defensive tackle, helped to key that stop. Marjak was there as well. Just could not get that forward push behind center. So Jaden Hacking, and I think that's going to be, no, it's not Hacking. It's Savon going back also to receive. We've got a timeout with 3:57 to go here in this first quarter. I didn't see who called the timeout here, but that's a huge stop, though, for the Pirates. After you didn't get the first down on your march down the field, you took the chance. It didn't work out, but your defense picked up your offense there, and that's how it's supposed to work. And I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to look. I didn't see Calvin Rowan handling the kickoff duties earlier, and I wonder if he's available tonight. And that may have been one of the reasons why. And I'm looking downfield, and I think I might see 83 in street clothes. But I'm not sure on that. I'll let you guys know. That may have been a big reason why they didn't kick a field goal in that scenario early. Okay, so Sullivan will kick it away. He'll wait for the snap back at his own 5-yard line. And I believe that is Savon in single safety at his own 47. Gage has been a punter here for a while. And I remember him playing as a freshman along with Mason Sullivan. End over end kick. It looked like it might have been partially blocked. And Savon's just going to back off here. It takes a pretty good roll, though, for Kirtland, and it'll be downed at the Pirate 48-yard line. So even if somebody did get a paw on that ball, at least it got into Perry territory for Kirtland. Braden Richards and company will again have good field position. Remember, Jane Anderson returned the opening kick for them, their first kickoff return to the 45, and now they'll start it even closer to midfield at their own 48. High school football here on WKYC.com is presented to you by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the home of the original chicken sandwich. Stop by your neighborhood Chick-fil-A in Cleveland, Akron, Canton, all across Northeast Ohio. Second possession of this first quarter here for the Pirates, who trail at 7-0 here against Kirtland. Richards to throw on first down, has time, rolls right. Now he's in trouble, and I think he was just able to kind of flip the football away before Scott Hamer was going to plant him onto the field turf. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Braden did well just to get rid of it. Good coverage downfield by the Kirtland secondary. Hamer, Laney, and Patel up front for the Hornets. Bobby Whitaker and Joseph Coleman are the outside backers. Mason Russ and Phil Laverty, the inside backers, son of Tiger Laverty. Gage Sullivan and Tommy Gogolin are the corners. Gino Blasini and Will Sale are the safeties, although Sale really is more of a kind of a hybrid player. Think of like JOK for the Browns. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah can play the secondary, but really is more like a linebacker. We saw him make that touchdown-saving tackle earlier in this game. 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. Shotgun for Braden Richards. Sends a man in motion right to left. Braden looks to go left, and there are whistles. And we got a flag down. Somebody jumped a little too early for Perry, and that will cost them 5 yards. So now it'll be 2nd and 15 from the Pirate 43. We've got 3:42 to play here in this first quarter. A Ramon Lascano 3-yard touchdown run has Kirtland ahead of this one 7-0. Perry looked like they were about to answer with a score, but turned it over on downs inside the Kirtland 15-yard line. Yes, Javin Richards amongst those going wide left, trips left, and left lock will shift from left to right next to Braden Richards. And Richards gets the snap, runs straight ahead, got back the yards they lost as he dives ahead to the 48-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Just basically a design quarterback keeper, and you show a possible option, but Richards never had any intention of pitching at the left lock. That was all him. And they'll actually say he gets 4 on the play to the 47, so it'll be 3rd and 11. But again, it's a little bit more manageable here, but you want to be cautious about what you do here on this 3rd down. Maintain, at the very least, field position. Richards and Sevan will go out wide left. I think Ethan Crum is over there on the slot left as well. 4 wide receivers as Richards being blitzed in trouble. Down he goes at the 32-yard line. Robert Laney came in untouched from his nose spot and wrestled Braden Richards down for about a 14-yard loss. And that's what we talked about you couldn't do there if you were Perry on 3rd down, is give up a big defensive play like that. Huge sack by Robert Laney. That is the testament of good Kirtland defense. A defensive line that makes plays. Brian Cox will kick it away. Good high kick. And it's going to sail over both of the heads of Kirtland. They'll pick it up at the 11-yard line. And running outside to the 20, to the 24, to the 25-yard line. It was Ramon Lascano, who, of course, is the quarterback, but a pretty good punt return there as he got his team out of the hole a little bit and ended up with about a 14-yard punt return. Little plays, but, he could have just let it go and fell on it or just let Perry down it, but instead, Lascano heads up, picked it up, and got some positive yardage here and puts his team near their own 25 with under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Lascano goes under center. Russ, the lone man in the backfield. They'll give it to Gogolin, shifting from the wing left, and Tommy will take it out near the 30-yard line. Actually, it wasn't Gogolin. It was Gage Sullivan, I'm sorry. Sullivan, that's his 5th carry of the year. It's not uncommon for him to run the ball, but we see a lot of Gage Sullivan as a receiver. He's 6'4", 190 pounds, and a couple of years ago, he in the state championship game against Ironton, as you can see now we're down to a minute and a half to go in this first quarter. He had a couple of spectacular catches to help the Hornets win a state championship. 2nd and 5. Here's the pitch out. Gogolin's got it, swinging left side, and Tommy will get it to about the 34 and then got pushed back. So it'll be about a yard shy of a first down from where the officials are marking it. Pretty good pursuit by Perry's defense once Gogolin was able to turn the corner. Owen McCoon, the linebacker, amongst those over there. It'll be 3rd and 1 as we're under a minute to go in the quarter. Quickly, Lascano has them to the line. And he'll pitch to Mason Russ, and Russ has got the first down and breaks away. Mason to the 40, down the left sideline with one man to beat, to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and finally brought down at about the 3-yard line. They'll mark it at the 2. 1st and goal. Mason Russ and the Kirtland Hornets. That was about 64 yards on that scamper by Russ. I think everybody thought that Lascano was just going to keep it on that 3rd and 1. Instead, did the pitch out to Mason Russ. And 6 foot, 176 pounds. If Dennis Maniloff were here with me, he'd say he runs bigger than his size. And with a big scamper to set it up now, 1st and goal. And Russ will stay in there. Lascano's going to keep it again from the 2, and he will take it to the goal line. Touchdown, Kirtland Hornets. Ramon Lascano with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. So again, like on the first touchdown drive, Mason Russ sets it up, and Ramon Lascano is your closer. 3rd touchdown run of the year for the 5'9", 165-pound senior quarterback. And Johnny Raguse for the extra point. Lascano stays in as the holder. Ball is down, kick is up, on its way, and it is good. Well, kind of like if you were with us last week at Chardon Memorial Stadium, it was pretty seesaw in the first quarter until the last minute, or in Chardon's case, the last 5 seconds of the first quarter. They got that punt return for a touchdown and never really looked back. And now Perry's going to have to take a deep breath here and get back on offense and figure out how to respond. Because if you're going to beat Kirtland, you're not going to beat them in a 17-14 type of game. You're going to have to outscore them. And that was one of the reasons why Bob Gesowich went for it on 4th down from the Kirtland 10. Because you want the 6, not the 3. Mason Russ on a 3rd down and 1. Scampers 64 yards down to the 2-yard line and sets up Ramon Lascano beautifully for the touchdown run. Well, it's just you watch Kirtland long enough, and we've watched them going back now 4 years. Just never ceases to amaze how they come after you. From the 5-yard line, I believe that is Javin Richards. He'll cross the 20, take it to the 24, and then got pushed down there. So Perry will start out just shy of their own 25-yard line with 28 seconds to go in this first quarter. Well, you need to figure out here now, if you're the Pirates, they've largely avoided giving it to left lock or Studio or Anderson. I mean, if they've run the ball, they've tried to run it a lot with their quarterback, Braden Richards. Nothing wrong with that. Richards had a pretty good year running the ball coming into tonight, 262 yards, averaging about 5.5 yards per carry and 6 touchdowns. Nothing wrong with him running it, but I think you need to figure out another dimension to try to cross up the Hornets. They'll mark it at the Pirate 25, 1st and 10 there, as Richards gets the high shotgun snap, goes for the jet sweep left, and the back got tripped up, kept his footing though, and took it out near the 1st down at the 34-yard line. I got to tell you, Brock Savon, I thought for sure he was going to be brought down back at the 25, and we've got a whistle, by the way, official's timeout, and there's a Perry Pirate down right about at that 35-yard line. The timing of the play on that jet sweep, the snap was a bit high. Richards did well to give it to Savon, and I thought Brock was going to get brought down at the very least back to the line of scrimmage, but he kept his footing and was able to get a nice 9-yard run to set his team up for a 2nd and 1 with 13 seconds to go here in this first quarter. The concern now for Perry is that they've got an injured teammate on the field here, and trying to see who it is. The young man wants to get up. He's eager to get up, and the training staff is saying, hey, not so fast, take your time. It looked like they're looking at his left leg. And, it's just one of those things you just want to make sure. Players have a tendency to say, no, I'm fine, it's just a cramp, it's just a bruise or whatever, let me get up. And staff is taking their due time here. We've got, again, 13 seconds to go here in the first quarter, I should say, I'm sorry. And it's a 14-0 Kirtland lead on a pair of Ramon Lascano touchdown runs. Perry will have a 2nd down and 1 when we resume action here. I don't know if they'll wind the clock with the injury or just give the Pirates no gain here. They're looking at the young man's left leg and just making sure here. Both teams are on the customary knee here. And so just want to make sure everybody's okay and everything is as it should be here. And what concerns you is, though, the young man took his helmet off, and that's the sign usually that it's not a cramp, it's something that is a little more significant. All right, Bob Gesowich is now heading out to check on his player. I didn't get a chance to see who it was before they went down. Very smartly, as we have an injury stoppage, Joey Conroy, the center, and Braden Richards are just making sure they're staying fresh with snaps. It's a good offensive line for Perry. Kaifas at left tackle, Croyle at left guard, Conroy the center, Marjak the right guard, and Allen the right tackle. It is A.J. Kaifas, the left tackle, who is not putting any weight on his left leg as he comes off the field. And it's doubly hurtful for Perry because Kaifas is the key player on both offense and defense. 6'5", 243-pound junior. And he's that blindside player. By the way, they're going to let the clock run down here, as you can see there on our screen. And we'll switch fields here and head to the other side for 2nd and 1 at the 34 for the Pirates to start the second quarter. Yeah, Kaifas, as a defender this year, has 1.5 sacks. But, you know, again, 243 pounds. You put him and Marjak as defensive tackles. Good luck trying to, and we saw that when Kirtland tried to run it up the gut. It's sometimes difficult with those two guys to get a push. So they've got A.J. Kaifas seated here. They actually don't have, I was looking over here, they actually don't have a customary bench here. And I think some of it has to do with social distancing with COVID. They have chairs spread apart here, so they put A.J. down on one of the chairs so the trainers could work on his left leg. But we start the second quarter, and Perry facing a 2nd down and 1 from their own 34, trailing in this one 14-0. Bob Gesowich had a long time here to figure out what they wanted to do on this 2nd down. Double tight end out of the triple stack, and Richards wants to throw. He's going to look deep over the middle. Savan has got it at the 35, inside the 30, and down to the 27-yard line. That's a fine job by Brock Savan, able to kind of get himself a bit of separation without committing a penalty as he and Tommy Gogolin were battling downfield. And that's a huge play on 3rd and 1 to take Perry all the way down to the Kirtland 27-yard line. And that's a fine throw by Richards, too. Scores coming up here from Tyler Carey, and not surprisingly here, it's that Menor-Medina game is already interesting. Richards keeps it on 1st down, swings to the right, and able to get across the 25 to the 24, so he gets about 3 on that tackle, on that play, I should say. And he's brought down Phil Laverde on the stop. Medina leading Menor 14-7. Hudson leading Nordonia 14-3. These are first quarter scores. Aurora over Cleveland Heights 7-0 in the second quarter. Both Aurora and Cleveland Heights, their opponents this week, had to cancel because of COVID. Good job by the athletic directors to get them together. That's a fun one. I think if that was a regular scheduled game, that would have been one I think we would have probably had as a nominee. 2nd down and 7 As in motion goes left lock to the left. Richards looks to throw. Now he's going to take off. He'll run to the 20 and dive forward for a first down to the 15-yard line. Nice patience by Braden Richards as he was able to kind of create room when not much was available, and he gets the first down to the 15-yard line. Riverside shutting out Eastlake North 14-0. That's in the first quarter. And Berkshire leading Hawkins 7-0 in the first. We've got some Division 5 games as well. I'll pass more of those here on to you in a second. So 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the Hornet 15-yard line. Richards with left lock standing to his right. Sends Savon to the motion. He'll keep it, I'm sorry. Fakes the left lock and able to kind of fall forward for a yard to the 14-yard line. Joseph Coleman, the linebacker, dragged him down after that 1-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Garaway and Indian Valley scoreless in the second. Manchester leading Triway 6-0 in the first. And Bellevue over Perkins 8-0 in the first. Those are D4, D5 games that directly involve Kirtland and Perry in computer points. As Tyler Carey thinks of everything. All right, so 1-yard gain for Richards, 2nd and 9 for the Pirates at the Kirtland 14. Ball at the right hash. Pirates trailing it 14-0. Richards looking right, lofts one, end zone. It is caught, but it is caught out of bounds. Incomplete to Jaden Hacking. Well, didn't miss by much on that throw by Richards, but Hacking just couldn't get 1 foot down. And it will set up now a 3rd down and 9 at the 14. Now, if you're thinking now, you didn't go for it in a similar situation earlier, or you didn't kick the field goal earlier. I'm not sure if you would do it now, so I think if you're Perry, you want the touchdown, obviously, but you got to make it 4th and manageable if you can. The very least. From the 14, it's 3rd and 9. Richards looks right, looks left, throws left, back of the end zone, incomplete. Perry looking for a flag. They're not going to get it. Gino Placini had blanket coverage on the intended receiver. And I think that was Crum. It was either Crum or Savon. They were looking for Brock. It was Savon. And, face guarding is sometimes the hip term. I mean, it looked like Placini had good coverage. Just couldn't get around him, and it sets up now a 4th down and 9 for Perry at the Kirtland 14. And again, Pirates going to go for it. 2nd time they've been in the red zone here. And this is really, I hate to say it, this is a must-get here for the Pirates. Here's Richards on 4th down. Looks back of the end zone again to the same spot. Savon's got it. Touchdown, Perry Pirates on a beautiful catch by Brock Savon. Well, they tried it on the previous play, and Placini kept Savon from making the catch. Couldn't do it that time, as Savon with a perfect adjustment to the ball, and Braden Richards gets his 6th touchdown pass of the year to put Perry on the board. It's Kirtland 14, Perry 6, with just under 9 minutes to go in this first half. Perry had to have it. I mean, there's no question about it. And Richards and Savon connect for that 14-yard touchdown. The extra point is up and no good. And it's, by the way, it is not Rowan kicking here. So I think that was Cox who tried to kick it. He's normally the punter. So that answers my question as to maybe why earlier that Perry didn't try to kick a field goal. Normal kicker's not available. So there you go. So that's going to be one interesting thing to watch as the game progresses, how the Pirates could deal with that. But at the very least, they get on the board. 8:59 to go in the first half, and it is now 14-6, Kirtland. Man, Gene Winters from Bally Sports, Ohio, who normally is the play-by-play voice for Perry for their games, isn't there, but was kind enough to tell me that there are live stats available. I love live stats. Mason Russ has 98 yards on 7 carries. Ramon Lascano, 15 yards on 4 carries and 2 touchdowns. But boy, oh boy, what an absolute huge, huge play on that, first on that 3rd down and 1 to get that Richards connection to Savon. And that set up the initial field position and then the 2 hook up again for the touchdown. And Perry is very much in this football game. They'll go with another squib. It's not an onside, really it's more of a squib, but it's picked up at the 40-yard line of Kirtland and be returned to about the 46. Pretty good job by the Hornets. That was Danny Alfieri. Yeah, Alfieri did a good job picking it up and getting some positive yardage, and Hornets will start at the 45-yard line. Again, it's the problem tonight. You don't have your kicker available, and you have to kind of make do. And Brian Cox is doing the best he can. He's normally a punter, and so now Hornets with an 8-point lead will go back to work, 1st and 10 from their own 45. Pitch out on 1st down, running left to the 49, and then getting pushed back there for a gain of 4. And let's see as they uncover the pile is Gage Sullivan. I thought it was Gage. He's considerably taller than his teammates at running back. Give him 4 on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those traditions. You know, if you go down to Aurora, there's always a McVeigh. If you come to Kirtland, there's always a Sullivan. Either a Sullivan or a Torok. And they're always talented. 2nd and 6. Lascano again gives to Sullivan. And Gage will take it very close to a 1st down to the Perry 46-yard line. 6'4", 190 pounds. And runs very well and giving Mason Russ a bit of a breather. And they're going to spot this at the 45 of the Pirates, so that will be a 1st down for Kirtland. Hornets 14, Pirates 6. Under 8 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. Lascano ready, and he'll keep it on 1st down under center, and he'll go straight ahead inside the 40 and just kind of picks, weaves, makes a couple of stutter steps and takes it down to the 38-yard line. It's about 7 on 1st down for quarterback Ramon Lascano. That's what they tried to do earlier in this game, and we've seen that in a couple touchdowns. And Ramon came out of there and was kind of waving his right hand a little bit. I don't know if somebody fell on his right hand, but he was kind of shaking it a little bit. Got the play call from Tiger Laverty. Seems to be okay. 2nd and 3. Keep an eye here on Gage Sullivan as a receiver. He lines up as a tight end here, but on a 2nd and short, you never know. Out of the wing tee, Russ is the deep man. Mason will get the carry, and Mason will get the 1st down inside the 35 and down to the Pirate 33-yard line. About a gain of 4 for Mason Russ. That puts him over 100 yards already in 8 carries tonight. Clock continues to tick. We're under 7 minutes to go here. Again, these two teams like to run, although we've seen Perry's biggest success tonight through the air. It means this clock continues to run. Ball to the 33-yard line. Phil Laverty in there now is one of the tight ends here, and Mason Russ will get the carry again. Initially stood up, able to break it away for a second, and takes it inside the 30-yard line. Actually, no, it was Lascano on the keeper. I apologize, Ramon. That was a nice bit of running there, a nice bit of faking. And Lascano took it to the 28-yard line. Pretty good gain on 1st down as he got about 4, maybe 5. So under 6 minutes to go, as you can see here at Alumni Stadium in this 1st half. And we thought the best shot for you tonight to see in our ambient look here, the scoreboard. I have unobstructed view of it. Love it. As Mason Russ gets the pitch out, broke out of an initial would-be tackler, but then brought down at the 27-yard line, maybe got a half yard or so. But it's going to bring up a third down and about 5 here. They may have actually given Mason the 27-yard line. That was pretty generous. So we'll call it third down and 4. And it's a good job by Russ because it looks like he's going to be brought down for no gain there, but just his size, his strength, and ability to kind of keep the play alive, able to move the things a little bit closer now. 3rd and 4. Lascano went under center, now backs off to get the play call in here, and I think they're also going to take a timeout. Let's see here. Timeout, Kirtland. Hornets now with 1 timeout remaining in this first half, and they'll talk about this play, 3rd down and 4 from the 27 of the Pirates. And, in these situations, you're thinking about this play, but you're also thinking, okay, if we don't get it, here's what we want to do on 4th down. So, if you look maybe for this play, if they go to Russ and he doesn't get it, let's say, then maybe 4th and short might be Lascano on a keeper or vice versa. So you're just basically you're setting the stage here for 3rd down and 4th down. 14-6, Kirtland on top of Perry. 5:05 to go in the second quarter. The first meeting between these two teams in just over 20 years. Amazing considering they're CVC teams and separated by about 15 or 20 minutes down the road, and it's probably even less than that. That's if you've got traffic on Route 2. 3rd and 4. Lascano gives on a delay. Russ has got it. He's got the first down. Breaking tackles inside the 15, and Russ brought down at the 13-yard line. Got 14 on that pickup to set up a 1st and 10 for Kirtland inside the Perry 15. Now, if Mason doesn't get that first down, then I truly believe they would have gone to Lascano on 4th down. But Mason said, I got this, coach. So it will be now from the right hash, a 1st and 10 for Kirtland. As Kirtland's going to go with 2 receivers now wide left, something you don't necessarily see from them. And it looked like there was a motion there, and now the officials will call it. Yeah, something we don't normally see. They had Gogolin and Sullivan out wide left, and a couple of guys were moving at the same time. That's a 5-yard penalty back to the 18, and it'll be 1st and 15 now for Kirtland. I believe that's their first penalty of the game. Yeah, they don't make too many penalties. They don't make too many turnovers. That's why, again, it's like you say, well, duh, they're state champions, but that's why. And Bob Gesowich told John Camp of the News Herald this week, it's like, look, if we're going to beat this team, Kirtland, we have to play perfect, and it would be helpful if they make mistakes, but they don't make mistakes. Sullivan will go out wide left now. 2 receivers right. Russ gets the pitch out running right and swarmed in and brought down at about the 17-yard line. Very little running room that time for Mason. And it'll be 2nd down. And they'll mark it at the 17, so gain of 1, 2nd down and 14. We're under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Kirtland with an 8-point lead. Looking at a 2nd and 14 at the Perry 17. Lascano ready under center. Looks to throw. Launches one left side for Sullivan. Falls down, incomplete. No flag either way, right at that pylon. Coverage over there on the left side by Javon Isaacs. And, whenever you have a receiver who falls down, you say, okay, well, they're going to throw a flag, Officials tonight on those particular plays, both sides, letting them play. If there's a little bit of contact or face guarding or whatever, letting them play. 3rd and 14 now for Kirtland at the 17. Gage Sullivan will go out wide right. Gogolin will join him over on that right side with Laverty. Laverty now in motion. It'll be a keeper for Lascano as he faked to Russ. He crossed the 15 and then got pushed back at the 16-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and long, and I think we're going to see Johnny Raguse in to attempt a field goal. But a pretty good stand by the Perry defense. With 3 minutes to go. By the way, Perry has all their timeouts remaining, and they'll start the second half with the football. This year, Raguse 1 for 1 in field goals. They'll put it down right at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt from the right hash to extend this 8-point lead. Ball is down, kick is up, plenty of distance, and it is good. Johnny Raguse connects from 30 yards out, and Kirtland now leading it 17-6 with 2:38 to play here in the first half. It's a fine snap hold kick by the Hornets. Lascano is the holder, and Johnny Raguse is now 2 for 2 this year in field goals. So Perry, though, as we mentioned, you hold Kirtland to a field goal. You've got all your timeouts remaining, and this is potential advantage Pirates in that you can really now keep Kirtland's offense off the field for the rest of this quarter and starting the third. So we'll see here what Bob Gesowich and company want to do here. As again, it'll be Jaden Hacking and Javin Richards back deep to receive. I always keep in mind, though, again, Jaden Anderson is one of the up men. He's a defensive end, but he is also a big bruising running back and is difficult to bring down. So you probably don't want to kick it to him. Here's Raguse on the kickoff, and it's going to be returnable at about the 10-yard line. Out to the 20, 25 to the 30, and down to the 31-yard line is Javin Richards. So pretty good field position for Perry. They'll start at their own 31 with 2:33 to go in the half, trailing by 11. Well, the previous possession, Braden Richards and Brock Sivan hooked up twice, one on a key 3rd and short. They give him a big first down, and then the other on the 14-yard touchdown. 2 catches for 53 yards on that last drive. Sivan, Richards, amongst those going out wide left. Shotgun for Braden Richards. Gets the snap, they'll go on the ground, and Joseph Coleman absolutely planted Aiden Leftlock at the line of scrimmage. And they may have actually given Aiden a yard there, and that's generous at best. Coleman, a good one, 6 foot, 183-pound senior. And he, Whitaker, Russ, and Laverty, talented group of linebackers. So 2nd and 9, we're under 2 minutes to go here. And the Pirates will go with 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. And now Leftlock will go out on a slot, so it's an empty backfield here. And Richards gets the snap, runs straight ahead to the 35, and plunges ahead to the 36-yard line, so gets 4 on that run. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 5. And let's see, the Pirates, I would imagine, will take a timeout here. No, they haven't yet. I'm kind of surprised. 125, 124, and counting. 3rd and 5 from the 36. And they were a little bit tardy here to get this play, and Jaden Studio will check in. And I know you're trying to play keep away here from Kirtland. I understand that, but they are really letting a lot of time tick here on this 3rd down. Now, part of it, you might be saying to yourself, well, look, now here's the timeout with 59 seconds to go. But you let a lot of time elapse there before you took the timeout there to set up the play. I would have taken the timeout a little bit earlier, but that's me. But again, you're part of your thinking may be, okay, look, at the very least, we know we're starting the second half with the football, so let's not make any mistakes. and at the very least go into halftime with a manageable deficit. High school football, our WKYC Game of the Week is being presented by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, your home of the original chicken sandwich. I'm Dave DiNatale. Happy to be with you tonight here in week number 7 at Alumni Stadium in Perry. We're not far from Perry Nuclear Power Plant. You can always see that as you're driving your way in on Route 20, and one of the nicer settings anywhere in Northeast Ohio for high school football. TJ Rockwell and his staff do a great job here at Perry, and happy to be with you tonight. This CVC matchup, 5-0 Kirtland, 4-1 Perry. 17-6, Kirtland on top here with under a minute to go in the second quarter. 3rd down and 5. As Savon goes in motion, here's a pitch out. It's Leftlock who wants to throw, and that's going to be intercepted. Intercepted at the 50-yard line, and that was Ramon Lascano, the quarterback, who also is the safety on defense. And he gets his 3rd interception of the season, and now he jogs over. He'll join his coaching staff and get the offensive play in. And a costly turnover on a gadget for Perry. And Kirtland will have the ball at midfield with 1 timeout remaining. Well, they were looking Leftlock down the field, and I believe it was either Richards or Hacking, and Lascano from his safety spot just read it beautifully and stepped in front and made the interception. Well, now Kirtland can go right back to work here. With an 11-point lead, under center, Lascano wants to throw. Flushed, runs, he's got room, 45 to the 40, 1st down, and he'll run out of bounds at the 37-yard line. He picks up 13 and takes only 6 seconds off the clock. Just, that was the one thing that Perry could not do in that scenario, was turn it over, especially and give this offense from Kirtland a short field. And you are really inviting trouble right now. 44 seconds to go before halftime. Gage Sullivan will go out wide right. 3 receivers left for the Hornets, including Pierce Boyd. Lascano drifts to throw. Time. Fires. Sullivan won't get there. It's incomplete, and if anything, it was closer to being intercepted in the end zone than it was to be caught by Gage, and stops the clock with 38 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10 from the 36 of the Pirates. I'd risk running it here to Mason Russ, or having Lascano keep it. Now, I know you only have 1 timeout remaining, but I mean, the way Kirtland's been able to run the football tonight, why not? But then again, you've got 6'4" Gage Sullivan, big target. Why not take a shot? 2nd and 10. Trips left. Lascano rolling left. Now tries to throw back right. Russ has it. As he's hit, Russ goes to the 35 and out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Perry was bearing down on Ramon Lascano. It was Jimmy Calburn who was coming in and made the hit, but Lascano did a good job dumping it to his safety valve, Mason Russ, and Russ took it to the 30-yard line. Stops the clock with 28 seconds to go in the first half, and it brings up a 3rd down and 4. Well, that's a fine job by Ramon Lascano. Everything going left. You knew he was going to take the hit. You do the throwback right. Got him 6. 3rd and 4. Again, 3 receivers left as Kirtland goes from the right hash. Pitch out to Russ. He'll get the 1st down inside the 25, and he's out of bounds at the Perry 22-yard line. Got 8 on that pickup. Stops the clock with 23 seconds to go. This has been a fine job of clock management to this point by the Hornets. Again, from the right hash at the Perry 22. Lascano back on the ground. It's Russ inside the 20. Mason we brought down at the 18. Timeout Hornets with 18 seconds to go. That's their final timeout of this first half. That's just trying to quick hitter with Mason Russ. And that time Perry did a good job of reading it. I mean, he's still got about 3 yards on that pickup. It's second down and a long 6, a second and 7, really, to be fair, from the 19. But now with 18 seconds to go and no timeouts, you can risk one run here as long as you think you can get everybody set up and then you spike it and try to bring in Raguse for a field goal. But I would imagine you might see a shot at Gage Sullivan here, who will flank out wide right. And again, the Hornets will go 3 receivers to the left, including Gino Blasini. As they'll look left now, Lascano looks back right, shoots it, end zone. Sullivan can't make the fingertip catch on a little slant pattern, incomplete. The flag goes down, and I think Ramon Lascano may have gotten hit a bit too late. We'll check on that flag here. Well, I tell you what, Lascano had that one right there, and Sullivan just not able to climb up to make the catch. Well, the penalty looks like it's against the Hornets, because I saw Ramon Lascano down and I was wondering if it was going to be a roughing the passer, but an eligible man downfield is the call against the Hornets, and officials asking Bob Gesowich what he wants to do here, and they're going to move the ball back to the Perry 23-yard line with 13 seconds to go. And it will be now a 3rd down. And we'll call it about 8. Ball at the right hash. Under center, Lascano. He's back to throw on 3rd down. In trouble, able to get away. Looking. Now he's going to run at the 20 and then put down at the 17-yard line. But Kirtland can't stop the clock. 2 seconds, 1 second. That's it. End of half. Now that time I think Ramon lost track. Talking about Ramon Lascano, just kind of lost track of time there. And would have been better served to throw it away. And instead, Kirtland not able to score there despite the interception. Will take an 11-point lead into the locker room. So pretty good job by Perry after it looked like Kirtland was on the doorstep of stretching out their 11-point lead. Instead, they head to the locker room only down 17-6. And again, keep in mind, Perry will start the second half with the football. We will head to halftime as the Kirtland band and the, let's see if we can get us set up here if we can here, right next to a window. That's not good. No, we'll have to go from there, folks. So we'll let you enjoy the bands here with us at halftime, and then I'll have first half stats for you, courtesy of the Kirtland Stat Crew, which, for my money, might be the best stat crew anywhere in Northeast Ohio. Of course, I said that last week about Kenston, so, forgive me. But we'll have first half numbers for you and also some scores from around Northeast Ohio from Tyler Carey. But again, here at Alumni Stadium in Perry, your score at the half, Kirtland 17 and Perry 6. This is the WKYC.com High School Football Game of the Week. Enjoy the bands at halftime, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Tom Dingledine, the director of the band, Mr. Gordon, the assistant band director, Mrs. Marshall, flag coach, Mr. Arcelania, the band direct coach, field commander, Madeline Nolan, field commander, Leah Ducher. Please welcome the 2021 Colonel Northern Marching Band! First off, we have music back in 1973, the top four in the Billboard Hall of Fame. Please welcome Fire Drive.
thought I wanted to score.
now, presenting our show featuring the music of the Beatles, please welcome the pride of the Pirates, the Perry High School Marching Band. We begin with a popular hit released by the Beatles in 1967 as the title track to their 8th studio album. The song was groundbreaking in its use of unique studio recording sounds and influenced many rock groups for years to come. Here is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and with a little help from my friend, we continue with another hit by the Beatles released in 1968 on their self-titled album. This catchy song has been said to be made up on the spot in the studio by Paul McCartney and John Lennon. We hope you enjoy the fun Beatles song, Birthday. We are down to our final Beatles selection, and we would like to leave you with perhaps two of the greatest rock ballads of all time. Let It Be was released in 1970 after McCartney announced departure from the group and the subsequent breakup of the Beatles. Hey Jude was released a couple of years earlier in 1968 and was the first Beatles song to be recorded on 8-track equipment. These Beatles ballads have stood the test of time and have influenced many artists even today. We hope to bring it home to you with Let It Be and Hey Jude. The Perry High School Marching Band is under the direction of Brad Ruska, Assistant Director Jeff Miller, Advisor Liz Shaw, and Major Advisor Jeff Taylor. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's show, and we thank you for your applause and attention.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back here to Alumni Stadium inside the press box. Dave DiNatale with you at the half as Kirtland leads Perry in this CVC matchup by a count of 17-6. As we'll check first half numbers here, and then we'll take a look at some of the scores from around Northeast Ohio. I was texting Tyler Carey as we were going through halftime. It's been bizarro night in certain areas around Northeast Ohio. Here has been pretty, I think, about what we expected. Good, close physical game here between these two teams, but been some wild ones out there. All right, 17-6 is our score. Kirtland leading it. Ramon Lascano, the quarterback for the Hornets, has rushed for 2 touchdowns. Leading ground gainer tonight is Mason Russ, 14 carries and 136 yards in the first half. I mean, he was terrific. Mason also had one catch for 6 yards. That was the only completion. That little throwback pass there that Kirtland had as they were trying to get something before halftime. That was the only pass completion they've had of the first half. And it wasn't like they weren't trying to throw. Lascano was 1 for 3, nearly had a touchdown to Gage Sullivan. It was a terrific throw. Braden Richards for Perry, 3 of 8 passing for 90 yards and a touchdown to Brock Savon. And Savon, 2 catches for 53 yards in that 14-yard touchdown. Richards also the leading rusher in that first half, 9 carries for 13 yards. Not a lot of, Perry came in averaging 173 yards rushing per game, but just very little in terms of running room tonight for Perry. As far as the team numbers, Hornets have 212 yards of total offense in the first half. The Pirates 116. Time of possession pretty close, and I think that's, if you're Perry, I think it's what you want. Pirates had 11 minutes. Hornets had 12:08. Passing yards, again, Hornets had 6. Pirates had 90. Rushing yards, 206 for Kirtland to 26 for Perry. Penalties, each team were penalized twice. The one turnover was the interception on that gadget play that Perry tried before the half. And those are pretty much your numbers, courtesy of the outstanding stat crew at Kirtland. And I say that, and I mean it. Halftime scoreboard from around Northeast Ohio in that nationally televised game at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium. They're still in the second quarter. Medina leading Menor 21-7. At the half, Aurora just taking it to Cleveland Heights, 42-7. Heights had been undefeated, 5-0 before losing a tight one to Strongsville last week. And, I mean, Tigers having a good year, but Aurora really pounded them at the half. Hudson leading Nordonia in a good one. That was one of our finalists for the game of the week this week. Hudson 28, Nordonia 22 at the half. Also another game of the week finalist at the half. Bay leading North Olmsted 14-7. Halftime, Olmsted Falls and Avon knotted up at 21 apiece. I have no idea, folks, what to make of Division II Region 6, honestly. If you do, send me an email. Send me a tweet. Tweet at me at Dino Cleveland. I mean, I don't know what to make of that region. We may, in our game of the week for next week, we may hopefully have some answers. That might, not hopefully, but one of the games we're looking at might have some answers for us. In games involving regions that affect Perry and Kirtland, Lakeside leading Chagrin Falls 24-6 at the half. Berkshire over Hawken 34-20 at the half. Garraway leading Indian Valley 6-0 at the half. Manchester halftime over Triway 27-6. Bellevue shutting out Perkins at the half 20-0. And Riverside leading Eastlake North 21-7 at the break. 17-6. Kirtland leading Perry as we begin the second half. Johnny Ragoose will kick it off to Jaden Hacking and Javin Richards. So he said that was one of the reasons why I think Perry wasn't really anxious to go on a 2-minute drill per se, because they knew they were starting the second half with the football. They kind of dodged a bullet there because Kirtland didn't score before halftime. This kick will be fielded. Richards has it at the 5. He'll run to the 20, outside of the 25, looks for a seam. Got it at the 30 and goes down at the 36-yard line. Pretty good return for Javin Richards, and it's 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Yeah, I would think a priority here for Perry in the second half is figure out some way. Yes, they want to throw the football. Yes, they know that throwing might be their best offense tonight against this Kirtland defense, but they got to have some semblance of a threat of the running game. And again, this is a team that averages about $175 on the ground per game. I think they need to at least show that. They'll come out of the pistol here, 1st and 10 from their own 35. Braden Richards will get the snap of the goal immediately on the ground, and we immediately see why running the football is problematic, as left lock is brought down by Max Paul for no gain. If anything, he lost a yard back to the 34. Yeah, you just don't get a lot of time and room to run against the Hornets. Yeah, Mason Russ also there on the stop. 2nd and 11. Now the middle is open against that Kirtland defense, but it's a question of whether Richards can get to that. He'll go deep right side, underthrown, and it looked like it was intercepted, and I think it was. Yeah, Kirtland's got it. As coming away with the interception was Gage Sullivan on that pass that was intended down the left side of the field. They were going for Richards. Braden was trying to throw it to Javin Richards, and Sullivan had perfect coverage and got the pick. I mean, he was open. Richards was open momentarily, but it was a smidge underthrown, and Sullivan was able to close the gap and make the pick. And Kirtland has it at their own 35. Sullivan is such a great defensive back. Everything else he does for this team. He goes in motion on first down, and why not give it to Gage on the jet sweep? He'll run to the 40, and Sullivan will go out to the 43-yard line for a gain of 8. Yeah, he got the interception and deserves at least a carry. He's been pretty effective tonight running on those jet sweeps. 2nd and 2. Early on in this third quarter, Kirtland with an 11-point lead, and they've got the football at their own 43 after the interception by Sullivan. Surprisingly for Gage, that's his first interception of the year. Gogolin has 1, Sale has 1, and Lascano has 3. And 2nd down, this time it'll be Mason Russ getting the carry, and Russ takes it close to the first down marker to the 44, but they're going to mark him a little bit shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and about less than a full yard. And they've liked in these scenarios tonight to have Lascano just keep it and go either behind, follow Mason Vermillion, but either go to that left side with George Prusak or the right side with Brennan Bro. 3rd and short, it's a pitch out. Mason Russ to the right. He won't get there. He is brought down short of the first down. Might have even lost a half yard back to about the 43. Good pursuit by the Pirate defense on the left side to make that play, and we'll see what Tiger Laverty wants to do here on 4th and short. I think that was Jaden Anderson, who was the first man to make the hit. And at the moment, keep in mind Sullivan's the punter, but at the moment, it looks like Kirtland's going to go for it. They will. Give to the second man through, and on a forward surge, it should be enough for the first down. They're operating from the triple stack. And let's see who got the carry on there. Was it Russ on the carry? Yeah, it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 46-yard line. That was Mason Russ on the carry as they were going out of the triple stack, and Russ was the second man in that triple I backfield. Mason will stay in. You got the 2 wings to each side. Russ, the single man in the backfield, fake pitch to him. It's a throw attempted on the left side, and it's knocked away and almost intercepted by Jaden Anderson. They had everything rolling to the left, and they were trying to dump it out to Gage Sullivan. And Anderson, 6'2", 210 pounds, just got the arms up in the air to make the deflection and was almost able to come away with the football. 2nd and 10. That's a fine play by Anderson. He's called his number on that 3rd down stop a few moments ago, and he comes away with the breakup there. 2nd and 10. Lascano will send a man in motion, give it to Russ, and Mason will plunge ahead for a couple to about the 48-yard line. And it's going to be a 3rd down and 8. Short yardage on that particular play. Logan Cassiano, an offensive end, on the stop. So another big stop opportunity here for Perry. It's a 3rd and 8 for Kirtland at their own 48. Hornets with an 11-point lead. 8:20 now to go in the third quarter. They'll go strong on the right with 2 receivers there. Lascano will throw left. Gage Sullivan has it goes through his hands and incomplete. Javon Isaacs got there as the ball got there, and Gage Sullivan was able to pull that pass in. It sets up a 4th and 8, and Sullivan will stay in to punt the football. So that's they're just trying a little slant pattern there, and Loscano had it there. And you just had a situation there where Isaacs made the contact at the right time. Sullivan, high snap, pulls it down, and able to sidestep right and get the punt away. That's a fine job by Sullivan, and that punt's going to go inside the 15 to about the 10-yard line. I tell you, Javin Richards was bearing in on Sullivan, and Gage just kind of made a nice little sidestep right to get that kick away. Didn't have a lot on it, but had more than enough to skip it downfield. And Perry will start inside their 15 at about the 11. That's a heck of an effort by Gage Sullivan, who I'm sure was upset. Think about how that drive started. Sullivan got the interception on the defensive side, wasn't able to make the catch on offense, but makes a great play special teams on the punt to pin Perry back at their own 10. That's an adventure. That's what Gage Sullivan means to this team. Everywhere. Richards will keep it on 1st down, then do a little pitch there at the last second to Leftlock. Leftlock wasn't able to turn the corner much, maybe a yard or so, and that's about it. Good pursuit again for the Hornets. 2nd down and 9. Mason Russ came over on the tackle from his linebacker spot. Again, we've called Coleman, we've called Russ tonight. Just hard to run against these guys. So we approach 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd. 2nd down and a long 8 here for the Pirates. Ball near their own 12. Richards stands at the shotgun with trips right. Looks left, lofts one left side, and that one is incomplete. Looking for Javin Richards. Gage Sullivan on the coverage. And that was one where, again, Gage went step for step with the receiver and was able to break it up. Yeah, you're throwing it to because you're getting generally single coverage because you're going trips to the right. So you're thinking, well, I'm going to throw to the side where there'll be less defensive resistance. But Gage Sullivan is such a good cover corner. It's difficult to throw on that side. 3rd and 8 for Braden Richards and the Pirates. Richards going to throw right, looking, and the pass is caught. Savon with a great catch near that right sideline, out of bounds at the 36. Gain of 24 on 3rd and long. And again, it's the Richards to Savon connection for a 1st down for the Pirates. Mark it at the 37. Boy, Richards just threw it to the sideline and just gave his teammate enough space to go and grab it. I mean, you can't say enough. It's a perfect throw on that sideline. And Savon, all of his catches tonight have been terrific adjustments to the ball. 2 receivers on the left side here for the Pirates out of the pistol. Deep man behind Richards is Leftlock. Back to throw, Braden Richards over the middle. Pass is caught at the 46-yard line. That's the running back, Jaden Studio, on the catch at the 46, about a yard. Well, I thought he was short of the 1st down. Where the officials are marking it at the 47, I think they're saying it's 10 yards, 1st down on that completion. And the Studio's 3rd catch of the season and a 1st down for the Pirates. Boy, I cannot say enough. A couple of 3rd down conversions tonight from Richards to Savon that have kept the Pirates in this football game. 1st and 10 from their own 47. Richards shows the option. Pitch, right. Leftlock breaks an initial tackle, but then has 2 more white jerseys coming in to knock him down at the line of scrimmage. The pursuit is spot on for the Hornets. Laverty and Patel amongst those on the stop. I think Laney was over there as well. I think Will Sale was the first man to get into the backfield, and Leftlock was able to get around him, but by the time he made that move, too many Hornets buzzing around him. 2nd and 10. We're under 6 minutes to play in this third quarter. Kirtland 17, Perry 6. Pirates looking at a 2nd and 10. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Richards will run right, breaks a tackle, gets to the 50, and then out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. Laverty and Gogolin helped to run him out of bounds, but Braden Richards able to get about 4 on that pickup, and it sets up a 3rd down and a little more manageable now, 3rd down and 6, because I think we're at a point on the field and in this game where it's 4-down territory for the Pirates. You're down by 2 possessions against this Kirtland team, and Bob Gesowich has been pretty daring tonight in a lot of his decisions, so I would imagine we would see more of it here if it's a 4th and manageable. First things first, let's see what the Pirates do on 3rd down. Richards and Savon will go out wide left. You've got Hacking amongst those wide right. 3rd and 6 for Perry. Richards rolls left, steps up right, flag goes down. Richards is going to run. This is probably going to come back as he goes out of bounds at about the Hornet 45-yard line. But again, this is probably going to be a holding against Perry. We'll check on the flag here. Tell you what, it was very close, and you may have heard some fans in front of us complaining it was close to being a late hit out of bounds, but it is going to be holding against Perry. They had left lock in to help block, but even so, you still had that Hornet defense coming in and getting pressure on Richards, and when he made that step up to the right, that's when the flag took place. They'll spot the ball now all the way back to the Perry 37, and it's now a 3rd and 20. So where we are on the field and where we are, it's not 4-down territory anymore, I would say, unless they're able to get the yardage back they lost and then some. 3rd and 20. Richards looks over and gets the play from Bob Gesowich. 11-point lead for Kirtland with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Richards on 3rd and 20 gives left lock to the 40, 45, and down to the 46. Got about 9, Robert Laney. And Ramon Lascano helped to bring him down, and it sets up a 4th and 11. That's their best run probably of the night, but on 4th and long, yeah, as tempting as it is, yeah, in this case, you got to bring Brian Cox in to punt it away. And that holding penalty really comes back, though, to hurt the Pirates. And that's, again, Bob Gesowich talked about it this week. He really said his team had to be almost perfect to win this game tonight, and they've had the turnover, but a couple of flags have really cost them in key situations tonight. Cox gets a good snap and gets a good high kick. Lascano in single safety. Watch it bounce at the 10, at the 5, and it will roll into the end zone for a touchback. Almost able to get it down there. There were 2 or 3 Pirates who were trying to converge on that football, but just couldn't stop it in time. So Hornets will start from their own 20 with 4:08 to go here in the third quarter at Alumni Stadium. What's at stake in this game, you may say, if you're just joining us? 17-6, Kirtland on top of Perry. Well, Kirtland with a 46-game winning streak on the line tonight. That is the 4th best active streak of any team in the U.S., the longest in Ohio. It's the 5th longest in the history of Ohio. They've also won a boatload of CBC games in a row, on and on. Perry comes in with a 36-game winning streak in the Chagrin Valley Conference. 1st and 10, Hornets. Pitch out on 1st down. Here's Gogolin out to the 25 and gets knocked out of bounds at the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. Logan Cassiano on the hit, but a pretty good gain on 1st down for Gogolin. Got about 7. So we're down to 4:02 to play here in this third quarter. Touchdowns tonight, Ramon Lascano, 2 rushing touchdowns for Kirtland. Plus you've got the Raguse field goal and a Richards to Savon touchdown pass for Perry. Extra point no good. triple stack for Kirtland. And they'll go to Russ on second down, and Mason will cross the 30 out to the 31, and that will be a first down for the Hornets. Mason Russ just continues to pour it on here tonight. Was already over 100 yards when we were at the half, and I don't think he's hurt that average at all here in the third quarter. Ball will go to the left hash. Gogolin on a wing to the left. Russ, the deep man in the backfield in that wing tee. Now Gogolin in motion, left to right. On 1st and 10. Long count for Ramon Lascano. He's going to keep it. He'll go to the 45 and then lost the ball, but I think a Hornet was able to pounce on it before Owen McCoon was able to grab it for Perry. It was very close. But it will remain Kirtland football as they'll mark it at the Hornet 36-yard line, and Lascano gets 4 and hangs on to the football. Yeah, Mason Russ now, 19 carries for 146 yards in this football game at last check. 2nd and 6 now for the Hornets. Boy, that was almost the game breaker that the Pirates needed. Yes, Boyd will be on a wing left. Gogolin wing right. He goes in motion. It's a reverse to Boyd. He wants to throw, looking for Sullivan. Makes a great catch at the 40-yard line of Perry. What a great adjustment by Gage Sullivan on the pass by Pierce Boyd. And that's a first down for the Hornets on the gadget. Reverse pass. They gave it to Gogolin, who gave it to Boyd, who threw it to Sullivan for the first down. Gain of 24 on that pass play. And that's a first down for Kirtland. What is this? The difference in the Hornets over the last 3+ years. I'll finish that thought in a second. In the offset eye, here's a pitch out, running left. And I believe that is Gogolin on the carry. He'll take it inside the 40 and be brought down at the 36 for a gain of 4. You know, Kirtland in the early stages of this championship run, 2011 and 13, they would lose. Sometimes they couldn't have enough of a passing game to beat generally Marion local, but whoever they were playing in a state championship. But over the last couple of years, they really have added that dimension. And a quarterback doesn't have to throw it 20 times a game, even 10 times a game, but you have that threat. And it makes a big difference as Lascano in that read option will hand the ball off. Might have been better off pulling that one back, and we've got a couple of players down here, and running back is down at the 35-yard line for only a gain of 1. It was Mason Russ on the carry. Just wasn't a lot of room that time for Lascano to pull it back from Russ, and Mason ended up taking a very painful 1-yard gain. We're under a minute to go here in the third. Kirtland 17, Perry 6, and it's now a 3rd and 5 here for the Hornets at the Perry 35, and what is certainly now 4-down territory. Lascano will go under center, pitch out left, Mason Russ, and runs into his own man, keeps his feet chopping, and brought down close to the first down. He was inside the 31, and I think they're going to say he got to the 30, and that would be enough for the first down if that's the case. We're down to 29 seconds to go. I think the officials want to unpile everything over by the Perry bench and spot the football. And they're spotting it with the nose at the 30-yard line. If that's the case, that should be a first down. And the officials, I think, agree with that. So it's a first down. Phil Laverty was a little shaken up for Kirtland and will head off the field, be greeted by a trainer. He's a little shaken up there as he'll head to the bench. He plays a wing on offense, and then defensively part of that star-studded linebacker core for Kirtland. David Patel will check in as a tight end. Adam Neck, I think, is not playing tonight. He's been a little bit banged up. So Patel will be the fullback in the triple stack. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. And Lascano's going to be hit and dragged down for a loss back at the 35-yard line. Good surge by Tyler Croyle, and his teammates were kind of able to help finish up the play. They'll mark the loss back at the 33, and that'll be probably the final play of the third quarter, and it'll be a 2nd down and 13 to start the fourth quarter. That's a fine play by Tyler Croyle. Give him another TFL on the year. That's at least number 9 for him. We will head to the fourth at Alumni Stadium with your score right where we were at half. Kirtland 17 and Perry 6. A quick we'll look at stats and scores here as we head towards the fourth quarter here. Just total offense here now. 272 for Kirtland, 165 for Perry. 39 carries tonight, 242 yards for Kirtland. Despite that, again, the time of possession is almost even. Despite the fact that Perry's been only able to run the ball 17 times for 40 yards tonight, because of their passing game, they've been able to keep the clock at about even. But the problem for that is the scoreboard is not even, 17-6. Lascano 2 for 6 passing for 30 yards. He's run the ball 11 times for 52 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mason Russ 21 carries for 152 yards. And then for Perry, Richards 5 of 12 for 125 yards. He has thrown a touchdown. He's been intercepted once. There's also an interception on a gadget play. And Savan 3 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 13 as we begin the fourth quarter. And back to throw, Lascano being pressured. Looks left, throws left, man open. As getting it is Gogolin at the 15-yard line, and he goes out of bounds at the 13. That's a gain of 20 and a first down. I think that you may have even heard some people in the press box here, but the crowd in front of us wanted a holding. They're not getting it, and Lascano did a great job to keep himself alive there and found Tommy Gogolin for his 3rd catch of the season. A 20-yarder and a first down. Huge, huge first down for Kirtland. Boyd will be a tight end to the left. Sullivan tight end to the right. As they'll go on the ground, here's Lascano keeping it on the option to the 5, and he'll be brought down at the 4, very close to another first down, and a late hit, I think, being called against Perry on top of that play, which would set up a 1st and goal. There's a frustration on that play. I think upset because they didn't get the holding call on the pass play from Lascano to Gogolin, and then you got the quarterback there, and you're trying to make a play, and you deliver the late hit. Bob Gesowich is literally 20 yards onto the field here trying to get an explanation from the referee. So this should be half the distance, and it would be 1st and if that's the case. And Coach Gesowich, I'm guessing, is not going to be happy with the explanation. We still haven't gotten the signal yet, and the arguments are continuing here. And it should be just half the distance if. And let's see, the officials are still trying to, I mean, you've got one side judge talking to a couple of Perry assistants over to my right, down near the end zone. And then you've got the referee with Coach Gesowich. And I'm trying to see, one of the coaches looked like he was running from Perry from one side of the field to the other. And I have no idea why. I don't know if he was kicked out. I don't think so. He wasn't kicked out. Or, yeah, I have no idea what just happened over there. That's pretty crazy. I can tell you this, though. It's 1st and goal now. You get the gain on the run by Lascano, and then you have half the distance. So it's 1st and goal at the 2 here, and still trying to figure out exactly what happened there on the far side, but Kirtland will run the play here and be brought down a little bit short of the goal line, down to about the 1. That's Lascano again, 2nd and goal. Boy, that play, that throw from Lascano to Gogolin really took the wind out of the sails of both the Pirates and this crowd here at Alumni Stadium. Ball just inside the 2, 2nd down and goal. Russ, the deep man in the backfield, will stay in the wing T. Lascano lost the handle on the snap, tried to pounce on it in near the end zone. I think he got it back, but I don't know if he got across the goal line with it. But it's down to the 1. I got to tell you, that's the 2nd time Ramon has nearly had a fumble, but it did a good job kind of to fall on it at the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. Scores from Tyler Carey after all of that. Again, I still don't know exactly what happened. Medina leading Menor now in the 3rd quarter, 21-7. Aurora over Cleveland Heights, 49-13 in the 3rd. Hudson over Nordonia, 28-22 in the 3rd. 3rd and goal, Kirtland at the 1. Lascano going to keep it. Looks for touchdown number 3. Give him the hat trick. Where is the signal there from the officials? The Kirtland band said it. The players said it. Well, they say Lascano fumbled it? Hang on here. What we got? Touchdown. Nope, there it is. Touchdown. I thought for sure he had gotten in. Yeah, 3rd touchdown of the night for Ramon Lascano. And Kirtland now up 23-6 with 9:32 to go. That wasn't pretty there, but effective. And Lascano, with his arm, really helping to set up that touchdown on the throw to Gogolin. And then on the run, was able to set it up. The snap, nice job by Lascano to pull it in. The extra point is up, but it's no good. The snap went to Lascano's right. He did a good job to get that ball down, but Raguse misses the extra point, so the score will hold at 23-6. Now, if you look at it from there, it's a 17-point lead, so it's a 3-possession lead for Kirtland. Riverside leading Eastlake North in the 3rd. Not too far from where we're at, 35-7. Olmsted Falls and Avon tied at 21 in the 3rd. North Olmsted and Bay tied at 14 in the 3rd. Folks, I got to tell you, the games that we nominate for you, I mean, you know, we had the running clock last week. This has been fun tonight. North Olmsted Bay is tight. Hudson Nordonia's tight. We do a good job. Props to my man TC, Tyler Carey. Lakeside leading Chagrin Falls 24-6 in the 3rd. Berkshire over Hawken in the 3rd quarter, 34-20. Garaway shutting out Indian Valley in the 4th quarter, 6-0. Manchester over Triway, 34-12 in the 3rd. Bellevue shutting out Perkins, 20-0. Here at Alumni Stadium in Perry, the 3rd touchdown of the night for quarterback Ramon Lascano has put Kirtland on top, 23-6. So everything now for Perry is going to have to be hurry-up mode. Kick will be fielded at about the 14-yard line on the back pedal, at the 20-yard line, and getting nailed down at the 23. It may have been Brian Cox on there. No, it wasn't Cox. That was Connor Zagrebnik on the return, and he'll take it to the 22-yard line. WKYC.com high school football game of the week is always presented to you by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the home of the original chicken sandwich. You stop by your neighborhood Chick-fil-A in Cleveland, Akron, and Canton. Make sure you vote at the WKYC.com game of the week poll. You can win yourself a free chicken sandwich. From the 22, Richards will go on the ground, and Leftlock will get it. One of his better runs of the night. He'll take it out near the 30-yard line as he gets 8 on first down. Again, they'll mark it at the 29, so it'll give him 7. But now you're really looking at if it from Perry, everything's got to be fast because you need 3 scores. Nice that they initially looked like they were going to put it at the 29, then they moved it back to the 28. So it's really more like second down than 4. Shotgun for Richards. Again, it's left lock. Initially got to near the 30 and then got pushed back. And it'll be third down coming up. Yeah, Abe, the left lock, came into tonight's game averaging about 7 yards a carry, but against this Kirtland front seven, particularly the linebackers, it's just been hard running. Kirtland's defense came into this game averaging 5 points per game allowed, and Perry is 1 point above that at 6, giving up 127 yards per game now. I mean, Perry's been able to throw the football a little bit tonight, but running has been a much different story. Third down, about 3. Richards will keep it and dive ahead on the right side, and this will depend on the spot he needed to get across the 32. And I think the official on the side here says he does have it, and he does. It's a first down. Again, the time of factor, 1 to 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. As Ethan Crum will check in at wide receiver. Savan and Crum, and also Hacking out wide left. Shotgun for Braden Richards. Left lock to his right. Richards going to throw. Looks left, has Savan there, and he overshot him at the 45-yard line. As Savan had a step on Will Sale. And it was one of the few times that Richards did not have an accurate throw as he was trying to get it over on that left side near the sideline. Second down and 10. Yeah, I tell you, Braden Richards has been money on a lot of those sideline passes here tonight. I was just impressed. I mean, as a sophomore, good instincts, has a good arm. And Bob Gesowich gets him for 2 more years. That's the best part. Second and 10 from the 33. High snap. And left lock will get the carry. He'll run to the 35 and out to the 39-yard line. Gets 6. And that's a 3rd and 4. So we approach 7 minutes to play here at Perry. Kirtland 23, Perry 6. Quickly, the Pirates go to the ball here, and Richards going to roll left. Throws left, incomplete for Crum, even if Ethan Crum makes that catch. Gino Blasini was bearing down on him and would not have allowed him to get to the first down marker. And it sets up a 4th and 4. And Brian Cox will check in to punt. So I think at this point now, Bob Gesowich will go ahead and kick it away. Well, you got to watch here in these situations. You could see a fake. We've seen it happen a bunch of times this year. Faking it against Kirtland is one thing that teams generally don't do. Low snap for Cox, drops the ball, picks it back up. He's going to try to run it, and no chance. Down at the 30-yard line. As Scott Hamer came in and brought him down for a 9-yard loss. Again, I don't think that was necessarily a design fake because Brian Cox dropped that snap. And I think once he picked it up, it's like, okay, well, man, maybe I'll try to run it. If he gets around Hamer, he's got a shot. But Scott Hamer said no way. And it'll be at the 31-yard line and a first down for the Hornets with 6:48 to play. As Lascano will check in here with his offense. And I think you may see them go that triple stack eye for the rest of the game. Lascano on the option. Keeps to the 25 and goes ahead to about the 22-yard line, near the 20, actually, I think the officials may say. And that will be a first down for Ramon Lascano. Yeah, you have to respect, he's the carrier, and they go to the option with Gogolin as the trailer, and it's a tough decision for a defensive end or a linebacker. What do you do? Patel is the fullback, then you got Russ, and then you got Gogolin. In that triple stack, it's Gogolin getting the carry, and he'll be brought down just inside the 20-yard line. Very little running room as Anderson comes up to make the stop for the Pirates with some help from Evan Foro. We go under 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. Kirtland 23, Perry 6. And the Hornets with a 2nd and 9 at the Perry 20, trying to put on an exclamation point touchdown here. And what is shaping up to be their 47th consecutive victory. This time they'll go back to the standard wing T. Gogolin in motion, give to Mason Russ left side. Oh, follows a nice block inside the 15 and down to the 14. I think they had Brennan Bro coming in on a trap and did a good job springing Russ in to the 14-yard line. So he gets about 6 or so, and it'll be a 3rd down, 2.5. Lascano will get the play from Tiger Laverty and check in. Ball at the left hash at the Perry 13-yard line. Offset eye now in the backfield. Lascano on the keeper. Needs to get inside the 11, and from this vantage point, it looks like he's got it. Nothing fancy. He just keeps it. Lets Mason Vermillion Company do the damage. Finds a seam. And, well, I don't think he got it this case. They'll say right at the 11 he needed to get inside the 11-yard line, so it'll be 4th and inches. With 4:20 to play, Kirtland with a 17-point lead and no field goal here. Trying to keep this drive going, keep chewing clock. Lascano. Pitch, Russ. Left side, bulls ahead, and should have the first down near the 10-yard line. That's a nice piece of running by Mason Russ, and that's a first down. I'll tell you, he didn't get much, but he didn't need much. George Prusak was able to give him enough of a gap there to find a room to run, and it's a 1-yard gain and a first down. 3:45 to play here in the 4th. Patel will go tight end wing left. Sullivan will go out wide right. Russ, the deep man in the backfield. Gogolin in motion. Give it to Tommy. And he'll go inside the 10, inside the 5. Kept his footing going. And the officials say yes. Touchdown, Tommy Gogolin. I was questioning whether or not they were going to say he was out of bounds inside the 5, but Gogolin was able to walk a tightrope along the left sideline and take it in for the touchdown. That is your exclamation point for the Hornets. 29-6. For Tommy Gogolin, touchdown number 6 here in 2021. And Kirtland will bring Raguse in for the extra point. And all kinds of, I think half the offensive line knew the snap count, half didn't. Oh, that's a false start on the Hornets. Very few mistakes in this game tonight. Down on the near sideline, I was watching Braden Richards and the backup quarterback Walter Moses throwing back and forth to each other, and I wonder if Moses might get a few snaps here, the freshman. Is this game now out of reach? Richards played a good game tonight, and this is he'll not see a defense this good. I think I can make that bold prediction the rest of the way. Now this is going to be a 25-yard extra point here after the penalty. Good snap this time. Hold good. Kick up by Raguse, and he gets that extra point to go. 30-6, Kirtland with 3:25 to play as the Hornets have been able to kind of put this one away in the 4th quarter. The score will be a bit deceiving when people look at this tomorrow or later on tonight. By the way, your final tonight over, I believe it was at Veterans Stadium tonight, Aurora beat Cleveland Heights 49-19. Bob Mahalick's team now 7-0. And, I mean, they've beaten Division I teams this year. I mean, they've beaten I think D2, certainly D3. They get a D2 team next week in Barberton. In a big Suburban League matchup down there in Summit County. Raguse will kick it off here with 3:25 to go. And Kirtland on their way to yet another victory as this kick will be caught at about the 7-yard line. And going out to the 30 is Jacob Caldwell, and he'll get run out of bounds at that particular point. So let's see. Yeah, we're gonna get our first look tonight at freshman quarterback Walter Moses. And they've used Moses in various types of packages and situations this year. But a freshman that they like, and they love Braden Richards. Make no mistake. And this is not a reflection. If people are saying, well, what's wrong with Richards? There's nothing wrong with him. Not a reflection on him at all tonight. But an opportunity for Walter Moses to get a few snaps here as the freshman, as he'll go on first down to left lock, and left lock will go nowhere. Brought down for a loss. Again, Scott Hamer, who's been superb tonight at defensive end with a TFL. Patel also with them in Laney at front three. I mean, if you're trying to give a game ball tonight to the Kirtland defense, to one player, good luck. I mean, it's been everybody doing their 111th, which is exactly the way Tiger Laverty likes it. 2nd and 11. As this time Moses going to roll right, looks, throws, and the pass caught at the 35-yard line. Nice job by Moses to create some time, and I think that was Jaden's, was it Studio? No, it's Savon who made the catch over on the right side at the 35. Give him about 6 on that catch, and it'll be a 3rd down and 5 with 2:38 to go. Pretty good arm, though, from Walter Moses on that throw. Olmsted Falls is now leading Avon in the 4th quarter, 29-21. It's just very unusual for me to remember a year like this involving Avon and Avon Lake. As Moses on 3rd and 5, pumps right, looks left, rolls, looks, still looks, got to throw it, and pass is deflected and incomplete at the 45-yard line as Will Sale knocked it away from the intended receiver. And I think the intended receiver was Jaden Hacking. By the by, Tyler Croyle, and you may have heard some people mentioning it, was about 7 or 8 yards downfield. Officials missed the downfield call on that particular occasion. Drew Aller tonight as Medina leads Menor 28-7. 19 of 31, 253 yards, and 4 touchdowns. National TV audience is getting a look at a young man who's one of the best quarterback prospects in the country, as Cox will punt it away. Gage Sullivan will let it go, and it will roll inside the 30 to about the 29 of the Hornets with 2:20 to play in the game. Yeah, I mean, we saw Aller a couple of weeks ago against Stowe, and he was brilliant. Really just made one mistake in that game, but threw for over 500 yards in that game. And is having another tremendous night. And again, the whole country is watching him play. He's a Penn State commit, but there will be some phone calls, texts, and letters sent to him, I'm sure. Avon has just scored a touchdown, by the way, and they've cut the deficit to 29-27 against Olmsted Falls. I mean, Avon Lake lost to Midview. And Avon, it's hard to figure out Region 6. I was joking about it earlier, is on first down. I believe that was Russ who got the carry out to the 31-yard line. And Kirtland's just got to run a couple of plays here, and they can get themselves ready to improve to 6-0. Perry will drop to 4-2. Both teams had games this year canceled because of COVID, and they couldn't get rescheduled. 2nd down and 9 coming up. But this was not easy for Kirtland. Perry gave them everything they had tonight. And it reminded me a little bit of the game against Solon last year that we did against a team from a higher division, not quite as high as Solon, and another test, so to speak, for Kirtland, and they pass tests every week. As that one will be taken out to the 35-yard line. That's Mason Russ again, and it will be a 3rd down and 5. Kirtland probably has to run one more play here. And that would pretty much do it here as we go under 1 minute to play. We don't get a play clock here, so we have to rely on the officials for us. But I look at Perry as a Division IV team that we're going to be keeping a close eye on when we get into postseason play here. And Tiger Laverty will have Ramon Lascano take it to a knee with 35 seconds and counting. It'll be a 4th down, but yeah, at this stage of the game, nobody's going to take a timeout here, and the two teams will begin to assemble at midfield. For Perry, their 36-game winning streak in the Chagrin Valley Conference comes to an end tonight, a streak that lasted 6 years. For Kirtland, they have now won 47 consecutive games. Your final at Alumni Stadium tonight, Kirtland 30 and Perry 6. It's a game that was closer than the score might indicate. It was 17-6 at the half. Perry did have some opportunities in this one to draw closer, but could not. And at the end of the night, just could not stop this Kirtland Express. Nobody has since 2017. Nobody has in the regular season since 2016. It's just the way right now it is gone with this juggernaut of Tiger Laverty's. As we'll take a look at some of the final stats here and have some final scores before we wrap things up here tonight. Why not? I have a digital stats here. May as well use them. 30-6 the final. Total offense tonight finished out the Hornets with 341. Perry with 179. Kirtland ran the ball tonight 52 times for 291 yards. And they just slowly but surely stretched out that ball control and that time of possession and ended up having 28 minutes of the time of possession to about 19 for Perry. Perry had 2 turnovers tonight. And honestly, both of them were costly. I mean, both of them kind of shortchanged the momentum of the game a little bit. Penalties in this one, 4 for 45 for Perry, 3 for 15 for Kirtland. Individual numbers tonight for Kirtland, Ramon Lascano ended up with 125 yards of total offense. As a passer, 3 out of 7 for 50 yards. As a runner, 16 carries for 75 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mason Russ, 24 carries, 161 yards. Tommy Gogolin, 6 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. A touchdown that really kind of ended the game. Gage Sullivan carried it 3 times for 17 yards. And I didn't even realize they had Rocco Alfieri carry the ball twice for 6 yards. Maybe that was towards the end there. Gage Sullivan caught 1 pass for 24 yards. Tommy Gogolin with a critical catch, 20 yards, to help put the game away in the fourth quarter. Mason Russ had 1 catch for 6 yards. For the Pirates of Perry tonight, Braden Richards, 5 of 14 passing, 125 yards, and a touchdown. He was intercepted once. And when they went to a gadget play, Leftlock was also intercepted once. Walter Moses, 1 out of 2 for 5 yards, throwing the ball tonight. Aiden Leftlock as a runner, 8 carries for 26 yards. Braden Richards, 11 carries for 20 yards. Brock Savan, 4 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown. He was terrific tonight as a receiver. Javin Richards had 1 catch early in the game for 37 yards and then was quiet the rest of the night. They did a good job on him. And the only other receiver to catch a pass tonight was Cassiano. Logan had 1 catch for 10 yards. So when you add all those numbers up, it is a 30-6 win tonight for Kirtland as they go to 6-0. And, you know, anything can happen certainly from here on in, but you know, Kirtland to me looks an awful lot like a 9-0 football team. Again, they have 1 game canceled this year because of COVID. But, you know, as you kind of look at them, you just don't see them losing between now and the postseason. And, you know, then will be the march to try to make it 4 in a row. You know, you think anybody's going to stop them when we get to the playoffs? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Defensively, I mean, this is a very, very good football team. Kirtland will have a home game for Lakeside next week, and then their home finale against Edgewood in 2 weeks, and then wrap it up on the road at Orange on the 22nd of October. And that'll be it for them. They'll look to go to 9-0 and then head to the playoffs in Region 17. Perry will have that same Orange team in the CVC next week, and then close things out with a home game against Geneva and a road game at West Geauga. That'll be interesting. West G is a team we saw earlier this year beat Parma, and Wolverines are 4-2 coming into tonight. So that'll be an interesting game to close out the regular season. I was looking at West G. Yeah, they've had 2 games this year canceled because of COVID. They beat Buckeye last week, and again, they were supposed to play Lakeside last week. That was canceled because of COVID. They ended up beating a Buckeye team that we were impressed with that we saw a couple of weeks ago. West G lost to Kirtland 33-7. So by that measure, that West G Perry game in Week 10 is must-see. Must-see by that measure. But that'll be interesting to see, though. They've got Orange tonight, but yeah, Geneva, Chagrin Falls, and Perry when you talk about West G to finish things out in that particular part of the CVC. So here tonight, though, it was Kirtland doing Kirtland things. They led early and poured on late and used that great running attack with the wing T with Ramon Lascano and Mason Russ, and you sprinkle in some Tommy Gogolin and Gage Sullivan, and you add it all up. It's impressive, and it's going to be something that a lot of teams are going to have a hard time with between now and we get to the state playoffs. So that's you talk about, you see teams. We saw Medina earlier this year and said, well, yeah, they look like a team that's a state championship type contender, and then we saw Chardon last week, and they look like a state championship type contender. We haven't seen Aurora yet, but I'd put them in that category. We haven't seen St. Edward yet, but certainly we'd put them in that category. You put Kirtland in that category as a state championship contender again. I mean, they've done it so many times, 6 championships in 10 years, and they'll look to make it 7 later this year, and they're going to be a team that's going to be awfully tough to beat from here on in. Make sure you head over to WKYC.com. Monday around noon or so, we will post the Game of the Week nomination story for you. We post it on the site, on the app, and we also share it on our social media platforms. You get 48 hours to vote on 3 nominated games. We already know 2 of them for next week, so we're excited about those potentials, and looking at one more that could be a treat as well. So we'll have 3 games for you to vote on one way or the other. We'll have 3 games for you to vote on Monday, and then you've got 48 hours to vote. You can vote via email. You can vote via using your Facebook account, and then you also have a chance to win a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. I'd like one of those. And then Wednesday, TC and I will get together with our Game of the Week preview show and let you know where we're going to be headed next Friday for Week 8. 7 weeks down, 3 to go here in 2021. And if we've learned anything, we've learned we don't know a whole heck of a lot about where high school football is right now, about a lot of these teams and regions. But we sure know one thing: the Kirtland Hornets are still best in class, and it's going to take a lot for somebody to knock them off of that perch between now and a potential return to a state championship game in Canton a little later on this fall. Tonight, though, it was Kirtland doing what they had to do as they beat Perry 30-6. That will do it for us. Tyler Carey will have a game story for you at WKYC.com. He will also have updated scores on our score stream there for you, so you can keep track of your favorite team all around Northeast Ohio. We'll see how some of these games are going down the wire, and then we'll be back with you next week, folks. And again, 7 weeks down, 3 to go here in 2021. Your final tonight, though, from Alumni Stadium here in Perry, the Kirtland Hornets with their 47th consecutive victory. They beat the Perry Pirates 30-6. For Tyler Carey and everyone else involved, I'm Dave DiNatale. Thanks for listening tonight. This has been the WKYC High School Football